You probably think your dog loves you just because they wag their tail, follow you around, or get excited when you come home. But what if I told you those are only the surface signals? Because real emotional attachment in dogs is much deeper and much quieter than most owners ever notice. And once you understand these signs, you'll never look at your dog the same way again. Let's start with something most people completely misread. Have you ever noticed your dog just staring at you when you're not doing anything special? No barking, no movement, just watching you. Most owners think it's boredom or curiosity. But here's the truth. When a dog is emotionally attached to you on a deep level, they study you. Not because they want something, but because you are their emotional anchor. Your breathing, your posture, your smallest movements, they track it all. It's how they feel safe. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Because if your dog suddenly stops staring at you as much as before, that shift can actually mean emotional distance or stress. But there's another sign most people completely miss. Have you ever seen your dog quietly move closer to you without asking for attention? No jumping, no barking, just slowly sitting near your feet. This is not random. This is what psychologists call proximity-seeking behavior. In simple words, when your dog feels emotionally connected, they don't just want your attention. They want your presence. And they will physically position themselves where they can feel you, even if they're not interacting with you. But wait, there's something even deeper than this. Because some dogs don't just stay near you. They copy you. You sit down, they sit down. You get up, they follow. You shift rooms, they quietly adjust with you. And this is not training. This is emotional synchronization. It's the same instinct wolves use in a pack, where staying aligned with a leader means survival and emotional safety. Now here's a question. Have you ever wondered why your dog suddenly sighs when they lie next to you? That deep breath, that slow release. Most people ignore it, but that sigh is actually a release of emotional tension. It means their nervous system is calming down because you're near. And here's the twist. If your dog only does this around you and not other people, that means you are not just an owner in their mind. You are their emotional regulator. Now, before we go further, listen carefully. If this is already changing how you see your dog, take a second and like this video and subscribe. Because what comes next will completely change how you interpret your dog's behavior forever. Now, let's go deeper. Another hidden sign is something almost nobody notices. Your dog watching you from another room. Not coming to you, just watching. Silent. Still, this is not distance. This is attachment at a higher level. Because emotionally attached dogs don't always need contact. They need confirmation. They check if you're still there, still safe, still part of their world. And here's where it becomes emotional. If you leave the house and your dog becomes anxious, it's not just separation anxiety. It's a break in their emotional security system. You are literally their home base in their mind. But there's another sign that hits even deeper. Have you ever noticed your dog bringing you random objects? Toys, socks, sometimes things that don't even make sense? Most people think it's just play. But in dog psychology, this is called resource offering. They're not just giving you objects. They're offering value to the being they trust most. It's their way of saying, you matter to me, so I give you what I have. And here's something most owners completely miss. Sometimes they bring you things when you're sad or quiet. That is not coincidence. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to emotional changes in humans. They can detect shifts in your tone, your movement, even your smell. And when they sense emotional change, they try to reconnect. Now here comes the final hidden sign, and this one is powerful. Your dog chooses where to sleep. Not randomly, but strategically. If your dog sleeps near your door, or near your feet, or facing you, that is trust in its purest form. Because in instinct terms, a dog never sleeps where it feels unsafe. So if they choose a position that keeps you in their line of awareness, it means one thing: you are their source of safety. And here's the emotional truth most people never realize. Dogs don't love in words. They don't love in explanations. They love in behavior, positioning, and silent observation. But there's a deeper layer to all of this. Because if your dog suddenly stops doing some of these things, it doesn't always mean less love. Sometimes it means stress, illness, or emotional confusion. That's why understanding these signs matters more than ever. Because your dog is not just acting a certain way. They are communicating constantly, in silence, in movement, in presence. And when you finally start noticing these hidden signals, something shifts inside you too. You stop seeing your dog as just a pet and start seeing them as an emotional partner who has been silently speaking your language all along. Because at the deepest level, your dog isn't just following you, they're trusting you. And that trust is the purest form of love they know. So the next time your dog looks at you, or sits near you, or simply chooses to stay close, don't ignore it, because it's not random behavior. It's communication. Your dog isn't just behaving. They're emotionally telling you, "You're my safe place.